Happy Monday! Oh my goodness, are you guys having so much fun during this bash? I have learned so many incredible things. Okay, everyone, say hi, tag your artist below, and tell me where you're tuning in from. This is going to be so fun. Okay, I love having a good, juicy, plump lip. And I don't have any fillers or anything like that. But these tricks I'm going to teach you today are kind of mind-blowing, okay? So just get ready for that. Oh, hi! Yay, we've got some people on here. Hi, Taryn. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Christy. Okay, so I am going to show you 2 different ways to line your lips to create the illusion of nice, full lips, okay? But first off, I'm going to teach you a little trick, okay? So one thing I've learned to really just kind of get the blood flowing in your lips and get them nice and full and plump looking before you apply your lip color is to just take a wet toothbrush, and maybe you guys know this trick. Just take a wet toothbrush and you're just gonna kind of massage your lips. Another thing you can do is do like a lip scrub 2 or 3 times a week. You can do just any kind of exfoliator that's gentle, or you can even just get some honey and a little brown sugar from your kitchen and just kind of rub it on your lips. It just helps remove any of the dead skin and it just brings some life back to your lips. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm just gonna show you the toothbrush trick. So I've got it wet and I'm just gonna kind of massage my lips here and remove any dead skin. Just kind of helps hydrate them a little bit too. Yay, we have so many people on here from all over. This is so much fun. Okay, so see what that did already? See how it just like brought so much color back to my lips? I am really fair and I lose a lot of color around my line here. So this kind of helps. So I'm just gonna kind of tap that dry. Okay, so the 2 ways that I'm gonna show you today are as follows. The first trick, or the first way of lining your lips is by creating like an actual kind of lip line. So I'm going to start by using the multitasker brush, you guys. I'm telling you, everyone needs this brush in their arsenal. If you guys watched Kat Fairchild's live, she used it for her eyeshadow. I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can use this tool, which is why it's a multitasker. Okay, so I am gonna start by just taking my little compact here, and I'm gonna dip into my concealer shade. I use a color called Moonlit. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little Moonlit on the teeny tiny side of this brush. And I'm just gonna kind of highlight my Cupid's bow. Okay. And it's gonna look a little silly during the process, so you just gotta trust the process, okay? So I took a little highlight and then I am just going to kind of do a generous line right above my Cupid's bow. Okay, and this is just gonna draw some nice attention there. Oh, I'm so nervous, you guys. I'm shaking. It's a bad day to be using a really detailed brush when you're shaking. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of come right along the bottom here. I like to do this step first because then it doesn't mix in with the color. So I'm just kind of brightening up around the lip with my concealer shade. I'm sorry, I have to use my mirror. Oh my gosh, don't I look so hilarious? Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna take the Blend and Tap. I can't even take myself seriously right now. I'm gonna take the Blend and Tap eyeshadow brush, and I love to use kind of the pointed side, and I'll just kind of blend that highlight out. You seriously can use these brushes for so many different things. It's the best. Okay, so see how it just kind of like 3D'd my mouth a little bit? Okay, so we've got a highlight. Now I'm just going to clean off this small side. I'm gonna use it again. And I'm going to dip in to my contour shade. You can use your bronzer shade. You could use, I mean, there's so many different things you can use, but I'm just gonna use my regular old contour color. I use a color called Astoria, which that color is, I think, out of stock right now, but Ash is very similar. Okay. So Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually line my lips, and I'm gonna start with the bottom part of my line here. And you wanna make sure that when you're lining, you don't wanna overline this part right here because it can kind of give you like duck lips a little bit, okay? So we wanna be pretty true to our line. And then I like to start from the bottom up because sometimes if you go from the top down, you'll end up like cutting your lip off a little bit, okay? So I have to be quiet for a minute because I've got to hold really still to do this. Okay, so pretty true to my line. Gonna do the other side. Sorry, I just realized I'm covering myself up here. Okay, and then what you can do is, I just kind of go like this, bite my lip back, and you can go a little bit more generous on your Cupid's bow because the fullest part of your lips you want to be right in the middle, okay? So I'm just kind of going right above. And then just kind of blending that into my lip just a tiny bit. Okay, we look like we've got like a French mustache going on right now, but just trust the process. Okay, now with the bottom lip, I'm just gonna do the same thing. We wanna stay pretty true to our line right here on the outside, and then I'm gonna be a little bit more generous in the middle. So this is just like so nice. If you don't have a lip liner pencil, just use what you already have and use your brush. Okay, and then in the middle, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create a nice little bit more of a shadow right here in the middle. Okay, and I will just take that same blend and tap brush. My lips are so little too, you guys, I promise that this is deceiving. So I will take kind of the dome side of this brush and I just kind of fluff it underneath that middle part and right here, and it just kind of blends it, softens it a little bit. We don't want like a harsh line, but that just helps give us a nice outline. Okay, so just kind of coming in an upward motion here, just creating a nice little shadow. Okay, if you're late to the game, this is the blend and tap. These are like my go-tos for lip lining and the multitasker. Okay, so now we've got our lips nice and lined. Got a little stuff down there. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill it in. So I love to do this particular method when I'm doing a darker color. So if you're doing like a really nice sharp line, the key is to use a more matte shade, because sometimes glosses, what a gloss is gonna do is it's really gonna show kind of where you overlined right here and kind of under here. And so by using a matte, just kind of helps soften that up a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna use this Scary Bright Red. It's actually really not scary, it's beautiful. This is Scarlet, and I thought this is the perfect 4th of July shade, okay? So I'm just gonna take some Scarlet on the paintbrush side of my multitasker. And I just kind of start right here in the center and then follow the line down with my brush. Oh my gosh, this is cracking me up. Okay. And then same thing down here. Red bleeds, right? So I have to be obviously a little bit more careful when I'm applying this. but really that contour just helps keep that color like nice and in those lines. Like, oh my gosh, isn't that the prettiest color ever? And obviously you can build up the color if you want it a little bit darker, a little bit more pigment in there. Okay. Okay, now you can totally be done right here, or what you can do is you can take a little bit of illuminator, and we're just gonna apply some illuminator on like the juicy parts of our lips. I love the word juicy. Okay, so I'm gonna take, this is Angel Illuminator. So I'm gonna take Angel. You can also use like rose gold would be really pretty. So I just take my finger and I'm just gonna kind of tap that color kind of right here. The part where I want the light to really show off that the full part of my lip. So kind of right here on each side. Just kind of blend that in. So it's just really, really subtle, but it just gives the prettiest little bit of light to your lips. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I love it, I love it. So this is Angel Illuminator, this is Scarlet, and next I'm gonna show you these two colors. You can tell they're very well loved, okay? And I'll show you how I use these two colors with my next method of lip lining that's a little bit faster, maybe not quite as clean, but it totally gets the job done, okay? So this is Scarlet and Angel. Everyone needs these colors and these tools, I promise. You're gonna use them for everything. All right, so I'm just gonna clean off my brush here and wipe off my gorgeous 4th of July red lippy. And we're gonna do a more kind of soft pink shade that's like my everyday shade. It's literally the color combo that I wear almost every day. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little cloth here. I probably shouldn't have done red first because it kind of stains a little bit. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. I'm so glad you're loving these tips. And I look like clown face right now. I forgot to get my cloth wet. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of foundation on again just to kind of take away some of that red. Actually, let's do the toothbrush trick again. If you guys are just jumping on, we talked about a fun little toothbrush trick. Also, while we're in the middle of transitioning, you guys, I have a little secret question for you, just so I know you're watching this live. Drop below, tell me below what your favorite ice cream flavor is. Speaking of 4th of July, tell me what your favorite ice cream flavor is, because that's gonna help you have a better chance of winning, okay? We wanna make sure that you guys are actually engaging and loving these videos. So tell me what your favorite ice cream flavor is, and our little giveaway committee is gonna watch for that, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna apply just a little white peach over here, tone that down a little bit. Much better. Okay, are you guys ready for the next way that you can lip line that's a little bit easier, a little bit faster? I think you'll like it. Okay, so what I do on a day-to-day basis is I'm gonna take the dome side of my blend and tap brush, and I'm just gonna go into my contour shade here, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a lip line, okay? So I'm just gonna start, I might need my mirror here. I'm just gonna start right along my outer edge. I'm gonna do a little bit more in the middle. See, this is just, it basically does the same thing, it's just a lot faster, and you don't have to be quite as precise. So it just kind of creates a nice little shadow. And then same thing, I'm gonna start from the bottom up. Try to stay more inward because we don't wanna create too much of a weird funky shadow over there. Okay. And then I will just come a little bit more on the top on my Cupid's bow. A little bit more generous there. See how that just like immediately gives you so much fullness right there in the middle. Okay. And then what I will do, and you can do this Either way, you can highlight first or contour first. With this method, I tend to just do my contour first and then I'll highlight. So I'm gonna go back to the small side of the multitasker, go into Moonlit, my concealer shade, the same color I wear underneath my eyes. And I am just going to come right above my Cupid's bow. And just kind of clean up right along the outside of where that contour is. And just create a little light. And then down here, just kind of come right along the outer edge. Okay, and then I'll switch back to my blend and tap. Ooh, so many good ice cream flavors, you guys. My favorite ice cream flavor is black licorice. Are you freaking out right now? Every time I tell people that, they're like, you are disgusting. But I promise you, it's so yummy. Everyone needs to try black licorice ice cream. Okay, so we've got that kind of all nice and blended in now. See, it's just really subtle. Now, they say, the experts say, that when you're doing lip lining, you shouldn't use a gloss or something too sheer because, of course, when you do that, you're gonna see more of the lip lining. But I feel like because that line is so blended and soft, I can do a gloss, like a darker gloss with this method. So that's why what I like to do when I'm doing this method is I will start with black cherry. Guys, I promise you black cherry is the most universal. Let me just show you how beautiful this is. I'm gonna swatch it for you. Okay. Is that not the prettiest color you've ever seen? It's literally like black in the tin online, but it is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I'm wearing it on my cheeks as well. It's my go-to. Okay. So I'm gonna take my multitasker again, and I'm gonna take some black cherry. And what I like to do, because it's a gloss, I like that it's a little darker, so it kind of fills in the line a little bit. I'll just kind of tap it on. Like this. So then it's not like super slippery and glossy, but it just kind of tints your lips almost is what it's doing. And it's so pigmented, like the tiniest amount of product. Okay, and then I'll just kind of do the same thing up here. I'll just kind of tap, go a little bit higher, and then angle it down. And just kind of fill it in that way. Okay, isn't that so pretty? Oh my gosh, I love this color. And you can of course like build it up and do more. But I, like in the summertime, I really love to have a light lip and I like it to be kind of pinky. And so I will just mix this color. My other favorite lip and cheek that I swear everyone needs to have in their arsenal is Petal. As you can see, it's almost gone because I use it all the time. But I love this combination. It's just beautiful. So I will take a little bit of Petal and I'll just kind of tap that on as well. Just kind of brightens it up, gives it the prettiest little shimmer. Oh my gosh, right, Kelsey? I'm telling you, everyone needs black cherry. It's the scariest color online, but I'm convinced it's the prettiest lip and cheek color. It's kind of like, I love clothes, you guys, and I used to own a clothing boutique. And I always tell people the ugliest stuff on the rack sometimes is the prettiest stuff on. It's the same concept here. Okay, usually my day-to-day, I'm much more sloppy and fast, but just to show you, look at that fullness. I promise you guys, I don't have juicy lips. These tricks are just amazing. Okay, so black cherry and Petal, and then if you wanna be a little extra and take it up a notch, you can take, I will just use my blend and tap brush, and I'll just go into this powder illuminator. This is Starlit. You know what? I think I'm just gonna put a little Starlit here on my cheeks so I can show you. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'll take a little Starlit and I'm just gonna tap Starlit kind of right on the sides, kind of do that same concept there. And just really gives like a nice, beautiful, so much fullness to the lips now with Starlit. Isn't that just, it's just magic. It's wizardry. I don't even know, you guys. This makeup is the best. You can do so much with it. Okay, so that's our little combo. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you had fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on. Be sure to tag your artist if you have any questions or if you want to snag any of these colors. I promise you will not regret it. They are the best. Okay, I hope you guys have fun. Enjoy the rest of the bash, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.